Hello, everybody. Welcome to the EPS show. Today we are discussing the topics why we create anime shape when we do have the power of a simple apology. Because if you, as an individual, will create an anime shape, it has to do with something that somebody did to you in the past or something they did to you in the present. So the reason why you're going to create an anime shape because you refuse to do a simple apology. So we're going to be diving into this topic that why we create enemies and slash we're going to be looking at the power of a simple apology. Today I'm joined with a very important personality. She's going to be giving us an insight of this topic, why we create enemies and the power of a simple apology. So we're definitely going to turn over to her so she can be able to introduce herself to this show. Welcome, my dear sister. What's your name? And the people might like to hear from you.
Okay, firstly, I want to say thank you so much for having me here today.
You're welcome.
And my name is Margaret E. Sambola. People call me Pretty Mess.
I know that.
Yeah, so that's it.
Okay. Thank you. We're gonna dive straight there into this topic. Here we talk about why we create enemyship, and we're talking about the power of a simple apology. So, just to give all an insight of this topic, we are also happy to get you on the EPS show today. It's going to be a great thing for us, for our show, and for the viewer out there.
Thank you
So,
so
when
much.
we talk about why we create animation and the power of a simple apology, what does a sincere apology mean to you?
Okay, so for me, I would say a sincere apologies means taking responsibility of your action.
Mhm.
It's not just about saying I'm sorry because saying I'm sorry is not all to it, but you taking responsibility, and regretting the fact that I hurt this person. So a sincere apologist to me, it means taking the full responsibility that you hurt someone, and just not saying I'm sorry, but you should take accountability of what you did. So that's what it is.
Okay, so that means it's not just about the apologies, it's about it should come from within the
Yeah, yeah,
individual.
yeah.
Okay, we get that very clear. Um, somebody we also want to know from you, right? For you that put yourself in a case of a situation where you the one wrong the person or at fault at certain situations.
Okay.
Do you find it easy or difficult to say I'm sorry?
Um, it's actually in sometimes it's actually hard to say I'm sorry,
Mhm.
but again, saying I'm sorry actually good because it actually helps prevent the misunderstanding from growing, from getting bigger. So like I feel like it's important to say I'm sorry and just let go of it. It's actually hard for some people because some people are afraid that they will be judged. Some people just don't know how to express their feelings. So they will not want to admit, or like admit that they are wrong, but it's actually good to say I'm sorry.
So it's actually good to say
Yeah, to
sorry.
prevent conflict or long term misunderstanding.
But yeah, there are many people who says saying sorry, the word sorry is not just an easy word. It's a word that define you. It's a word that comes with a lot of value. So many people don't love to get sorry. They just like to keep it cool and then carry a friendly relationship to the person and that know that they are forgiving or they are guilty of that. Do you think that's a kind of a good way to say sorry? People don't say it, but then they have to go directly to the person and just start to do something good rather than saying sorry. What do you mean by that?
Hmm. It's not only about you coming in. At times, people want to hear it from your mouth and also see your action towards it. So it's not just about coming. Maybe like you are in a relationship and then you heard your girlfriend.
Mhm.
We know at times coming bringing her gifts and saying, but still it have to come from your mouth. Oh, I'm sorry before you can even present the gifts or whatsoever to her. It's just not about coming acting as if you don't do anything, or you have to come and take responsibility apologize in a weird way, and your actions gonna speak.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. So you are definitely right. It's better to come up with the word "I'm sorry" before doing
Yeah.
so many things. But then we notice that we are into a kind of a world where many people find it difficult. They struggle to say "I'm sorry" when they know that they are definitely wrong in the process. Why do you think uh, they are like that? What do you think are responsible for such a people? They know that they are definitely wrong, but then they find it difficult to say I'm sorry.
So like I said, right, some people are just afraid of being judged, because nowadays people judge people like every day. People are judging people for so like at times some people are afraid, again also proud. Some
Mhm.
people are so proud. Sometimes it can be ego that they so they will have to struggle
Okay.
to come and say I'm sorry. Sometimes they feel embarrassed, or they feel like their self-respect will go so low when they say sorry. Yeah, so I feel
So
like
you
that.
you do feel that that's a reason why, because if they say I'm sorry and then their self respect is gonna go so low, and based on that they don't want to say sorry.
Yeah.
So you don't think that might be the reason why people create animation? Because I know definitely that you wrong me in other the blue light, you refuse to come out and say sorry to me and just let it go. Do you think it's one of the root cause of creating an enmity with another person?
Yeah, it happens. It happens at times, because if you wrong somebody and that thing really hit that person like so deeply, and you didn't come out to say, "Oh, I'm sorry," apologize for what you did. As people keep things in heart for people, so at least you gotta come and say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and you should show that you regret what you did, that the person will forgive you and then move forward. So it creates animation. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So that definitely does, because if I feel hurt about the situations
Mm.
and I feel the person have they didn't come back to tell me say I'm
Yeah.
sorry, definitely I will feel that whatever they did it intentionally
Yes,
and for
sure,
their
sure.
reason, I would definitely see them like an enemy and want to do something against
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
So definitely you are right by that you say. So, have you ever lost a friendship or a relationship because no one was willing to apologize? Have you ever had that kind of a situation? You had a friends. It can be a friend. It could be a relationship issues. It could be a common friend issues where either you refuse to tell them sorry where you know you were wrong, or they were also wrong, but because the both of you refuse to say sorry to each other for that reason, you guys lost the relationship or that friendship. Have you ever had such an experience before?
No, I haven't had such an experience, to be honest.
So everybody who you interacted with, they have been able to be like identify they are wrong,
Yeah, sure.
and then they just move on with it.
Yeah, sure. And I'm also one person that once I know I wrong you, I will always come and say I'm sorry. I don't care if you are smarter than me, or I don't care what, but once I wrong someone, I always come out and say I'm sorry. Because I know sorry means a lot. Eerie, I don't like eerie when people can be so angry with you. It happen like maybe you eerie your parents. They can be so angry with you, but once you come out and say, "Oh, daddy, I'm sorry, mommy, I'm sorry," right away, their heart's gonna come down. Like they're gonna forgive you, and also your actions still gonna speak.
Okay, so you have never been in such a situations where you refuse to say sorry, or you have never met with somebody before in that kind of manner who refuse to admit they're wrong.
No.
So a lot of people might be thinking that apologizing, right? It might make you to look weak or strong. Do you really think that the act of apologizing on the both side, you apologizing and a person apologizing to you, do you think it makes the relationship strong or it makes it weak?
It makes a relationship strong, and it also makes the a person strong, because coming out to admit that you did wrong, or coming out to say I'm sorry, it actually takes a lot for some people. So like it actually it makes you strong, and it takes strength, it takes courage of you coming out to admit that you are wrong. Let's take for instance where you are in a, let's just forget about relationship now and
Mm-hmm.
come to it. You
Friendship.
are in a house with your parents or so, and then you broke a glass or plate. So like, and you know African parents, you coming
Mm-hmm.
out to
Ah,
your,
I know that.
you know your mom or your dad gonna punish you for that. So you are so afraid of coming out to speak, oh mommy, I broke this plate
Mm-hmm.
mistakenly. So now you coming out to say, oh I did this, is it actually take courage, and it makes you strong. It
Mm-hmm.
makes you stronger, yeah. So
So then, what is the case where we're not saying that coming out to say the word sorry is the best thing ever for us to do, but in the worst case where you still having people, the person continuously coming back to say I'm sorry whenever they wrong you, and continuously keep making the same mistakes and coming back and saying sorry. What do you have to say to the kind of a sorry? I come and punch you in the face and I come back and say sorry because we keep saying we are
yeah.
saying apology. We should come and apologize. And I punch you, and after a few days or a few months, I come out again and punch you. And what do you make us such an apology? Because we say sorry.
That kind of sorry, it's not worth it as for real. It's not worth it because you cannot come to, you can hurt me the first time and then come and say I'm sorry, and you keep doing the same thing over and over.
Mm-hmm.
It means that you are not taking responsibility of what you did first, and like it doesn't show any respect to me. So like while we're being a relationship or wheresoever, once you wrong and you said I'm sorry first, you should take responsibility, you should take accountability of what you did, but you
Mm-hmm.
cannot repeat the same thing. They mean you are not sorry, me is not from your heart, you are not genuine about it. So
So what will you term that kind of apology, continuous apology and continuous sorry of the person who continue doing it to you? Are we going to term that as a secret enemies who term it to look good, or how will you term that kind of apology every time it keep happening and every time the person keep hurting you? How are you going to term that?
yeah, maybe because at times some people come into your life to cause troubles.
Mhm.
Some people come into your life to just spoil things, to just destroy you more. It's not everybody coming. It's not everybody that come and say, "Oh, we are friends." It doesn't mean that they love you that way, or they cherish you or they care for you. Some people can be your enemy pretending to be your friend, can be your boyfriend or your girlfriend. He or she can be your enemy and pretending to be your partner. So some people just come into your life to destroy you, to bring you down. So that kind of thing is not worth it. Like,
Okay, so that means
it's
that
not
basically
worth.
not the kind of a sorrow we are
No,
discussing.
we are not
We
discussing
talking
that.
about a sincere apology
Yeah,
where it's not going to repeat itself
yeah, something
again.
from your heart,
No, okay.
not just saying I'm sorry and then doing the same thing.
Can a relationship or the family recover from a sincere apology? Like you in a household with your brothers, your sisters, and sincerely every one of you wronging each other and coming back to say sorry. Can they really recover? Can they really build a relationship? Can they really make the family to be strong based on sincere relationship?
So let's take for example in a relationship, right? Um, and you both wrong each other, or maybe one person wrong their friend, and then you come out to say I'm sorry. After saying that, you both have to have patience, because you gotta regain the trust, and you gotta trust each other, because maybe you cheated on your girlfriend or your
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend, and then you come back and say, "Oh, I'm sorry." Guys don't really forgive that kind of guys don't forgive that kind of thing, but I know we meet some of us will accept you back. So you coming back, the person will not really trust you again like that. So you have to give them time.
Okay.
You have to have the patience, to trust each other again, the courage and everything. So you coming back, don't just repeat the same mistake. And like I said, you should take responsibility, take accountability of what you did. Don't just sit down and say I'm sorry, and your actions, it's not speaking anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So you mean basically we mean that sincere apology in a relationship is good, but then also we gotta give it time for the person to heal.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
impatient.
But then, like you just said, is it everybody who you apologize to definitely forgive you? or they just say yes to you. But have you ever noticed you apologize to somebody? You are saying sorry. We say sorry is necessary,
Yeah.
but then you do the apology to the person, and they say okay, I forgive you, but then you still noticing that. Have you noticed the kind of person like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
before?
sure. Yeah, sure. You know, they get different kinds of, I don't, as you said, different kinds of humor. I don't know. Like
Mm-hmm.
some people way of thinking or way of doing things are different.
Okay.
So like it also depends they kind of they hurt that you gave the person what you really did to them, because sorry is good actually, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes some things, if you do some things and come out and say I'm sorry, like I said, you gotta get a person time. You have to take patience. So you coming back saying you are sorry. At times the person will not forgive you right away. Or maybe they
Mm-hmm.
will just say, "Oh yes, I forgive you," but it's not really coming from their heart. So you just gotta give them, little time. And again, also got some people, once you wrong them and then you come, they're quick to forget things.
Yeah.
They will accept it, and maybe they will not just have that close relationship with you again,
Mm-hmm.
but they will actually forget about it and just
Oh.
move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you also believe that actions matters more than words after an apology?
Yeah, sure. Action matters a lot.
Because yeah, we know that you're gonna say. Let's suppose in the case of relationship, you wrong the person, or maybe I cheated, right? In the
Mm.
worst case, and I say sorry, and then the person agree. So are you gonna be you just gonna take the apology, or you gonna still be washing their actions
Yeah,
where they say no? Do
yeah.
you think that matters a
It
lot?
actually matters because you cannot like do that kind of art and come and say I'm sorry, and then you stay kind of flirting with people. So that trust will not be built again. So once you say I'm sorry, you gotta your actions, you gotta change. You should know that, oh, I did something wrong. You should take accountability of what you did. You should even regret your action and know that, oh, I hurt this person. So your action gonna speak for you. Actually, it's not just about saying, oh, I'm sorry.
So what about the actions too of the person I'm apologizing to? Because if I might be I did my apology, I'm okay, right? But then does the person action to as well? It also matters. Because I say sorry that wrong you and your actions still not telling me that you forgive me.
You should give the person time. Actually, you should give them time because it's hard.
But
Yes.
then okay, that's fine. Anyway, when you say hi, it's okay. So uh has apology or apologizing ever changed your life since you start to grow, or have you ever changed your personal life or the way you
Excuse.
move with people since you start growing? Or do you notice that apologizing have changed something personal in your life or in your friendship on the way you move around with people?
Yeah.
You care to tell us maybe a little bit, maybe of that particular time?
um, I'm actually a good girl, so
Mhm.
so like I'm not be saying sorry all the time because I don't cause trouble like that. But
Mhm.
like I said, once I wrong someone and I know that I did wrong to you, I actually come out to say I'm sorry. Even my family, friends, or even relationships, that kind of thing, I will come out and say I'm sorry. I want person that could come out and say I'm sorry. So yeah.
So, do you think that simple apology uh, can prevent people from becoming an enemy to you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Are you sure about that? And we just talk about people who will accept hate and yet still this not still working with a, and we're trying to prevent enemy shape. So
Like
yeah. Go ahead. You want to talk inside a little bit?
like this thing is actually hard, right? Coming up to say I'm sorry, it's
Hmm.
actually hard, especially when you did something really wrong to someone. So like I said, it take courage, it actually gives you strength or whatsoever. So me coming to you and saying, oh, I'm sorry for what I did, and it's actually sincere, like, so like I've played my part, right? I cannot do anything apart from saying sorry. Though, like, after saying that, what I did, I'm not going to repeat it, but I've come to say I'm sorry. You know, I regret what I did to you, and I'm sorry. So Once the person is still keeping things in heart for me, then I don't know, but is I've said I'm sorry. So like,
Okay, no problem. So we do believe that, right? That a simple apology can stop people from becoming an enemy to you rather than you not like coming out to identify your problem. So what message would you like listeners to remember about apology and accountability?
so my message is don't let pride destroy your relationships.
Mhm.
I mean, we all make mistakes, but taking responsibility and showing up for it, it actually make you more mature and it help make the friendship or the relationship stronger. So always take accountability when you know you are wrong and you should show up for it, not just saying I'm sorry, but your actions should, show more. So that's it.
Thank you so much for having you on the show and to the listener out there. Remember the last message from pretty much she's saying that take responsibility or whatever wrong you did to somebody and be able to apologize to stop an enemy because if you don't apologize and just leave the situation as it is, you have created another enemy. It might be with a group, it might be with so many people, but be fast to identify the wrong and be able to take responsibility, goes to the person and apologize. Remember to share, like, and comment. Thank you so much for having you on the show, Miss
Thank you
Pretty
so
Much.
much.
Thank you.